Hello, this is Greg here from Lofty Pursuits. Today we're not going to be in Tallahassee, Florida. We're going to be in New Orleans, and I'm going to be with Ron Cotterman here at Roman Chewing Candy. He's been around since 1915, or at least his cart has with his grandfather, and he's continued the tradition here in New Orleans, hand-making soft taffy. And let's see what this looks like.
This is a trip back in time. We are editing this and releasing this in 2021, but it was filmed in 2016. This is part 2 of the video about this, and about Ron Cotterman's candy making. Video 1 concentrates on his candy making and is a more traditional video for me. Video 2, this one, is Ron in his own words talking about his cart, his business, and his life. So let's get off the streetcar in 2016, and finally over 100 videos later, revisit our episode number 48.
In the city of New Orleans, what you have really is probably the greatest city in this hemisphere. It's got the best food, bar none. Okay, it's got a living, breathing historical monument. The whole thing in the French Quarter. It's not like Disney World. It's not like it closes down at night, everybody goes home, and then comes back in the morning so that you can deal with the tourists again. It lives and breathes. There are people living in the quarter. I mean, it's got to be the best tourist attraction in this hemisphere. I don't know how it could not be.
What flavors do you recommend? What flavors do you have?
Strawberry, chocolate, or vanilla?
Oh, I like strawberry.
Yeah, strawberry was fantastic. What do you think, Karen?
Here we go.
Thank you.
20. 10, 20. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thanks.
All right, y'all have a great day. Have a happy new year. The recipe dates back to my grandfather's mother, my great-grandmother. They came over from Sicily. They were candy makers in Sicily before they got it. All right. We have strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate. Vanilla. My grandfather was a vendor. Sold fruit and vegetables mostly. In the wintertime, he would sell stone coal and firewood. You know, his mama used to make the candy for family get-togethers and special events and whatever. And so sometimes she had candy leftovers, and he'd bring it on the wagon with him. And it started selling, and people started asking for it. So he went to a wheelwright named Tom Brinker. Well, he went to several wheelwrights. He went to a bunch of them and told them what he wanted. And they said, we can't build that. We can't do it. Because he wanted to drive from the inside, wanted windows all around. And, nobody had ever built a wagon like this before. This is the only one. So they said, no, we can't do that. Well, Tom Brinker had a shop on Washington Avenue in Claiborne. And he said, I think we can do this, but we'll have to work with it. And so him and Grandpa sat down and they designed the wagon and built it. This was built for exactly what it does, and that's it. Most wagons have a perch, where the driver sits outside the wagon. This one you drive from the inside. With the mule, you just go through the neighborhood, ring the bell, they come out of their house. It's like an ice cream vendor, or any other vendor. Yeah, I still have a bell. Still rings.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a great day. But without the mule, the mule is integral part of what I do. The mule works on voice command. I just tell her what to do and she does it. So, right, it's only taken the auto industry 125 years to catch up with the mule. They're starting to have self-driving cars, beginning, and they don't work very well. They start. It's self-driving vehicles for 5,000 years. All you had to do was train the horse or the mule. So, you know, you couldn't do it with a truck. You can't drive and make candy at the same time. It's not possible. You'd have to pay a driver, I guess. Yeah, I still use a mule most of the time. It's just, you know, it's not supposed to be 80, 85 degrees last week of December. I mean, to walk, I mean, I'm about, from my house, probably 25 blocks, maybe 30 blocks. By the time I walk that far with a mule with 2.5 inches of hair on it, she'd just be a ball of sweat. I mix my own chocolate, and strawberry and vanilla have pretty much stayed the same. I mean, I had one company that we used to use that went out of business, and I had to hunt for a long time. It took me, grandparents will stop. They buy it for their grandkids or their great grandkids. You know, this is just the only way to cool down a marble is put ice on it from the top. I make candy in every kind of weather there is. There's no stopping. Key in the rain is, and the high humidity, is to make smaller pieces. Instead of starting out with as much candy on the marble as you normally would if you're trying to, you know, hurry up and make a lot of candy. You just start with a smaller amount. That way, once you pull it and get all the flavor in it and everything, it's still got some heat in it. And what the heat does is it radiates out and actually shoves the humidity off the candy. So then, but if you have a big piece up there, candy's going to cool down, and by the time you get to the end, the humidity's going to start getting to it. So you got to get it wrapped up before it runs out of heat, because your heat is what keeps your humidity away from it. Paper has become one of my major problems. This is there's only one type of paper that I can use that the candy will come out of. And there's only 2 manufacturers in the United States that make it, and I don't know about overseas. But I can't get them to make it in the 5x15 sheet that I need. Doesn't stick. Yeah, candy canes are basically the same candy, you just gotta cook it a whole lot longer. I don't know, never put a thermometer in it. Just test it in the water. Well, the candy is pretty much cooked different every day, depending on the humidity and the temperature outside, because I have to sell it outside. The hardest part's in the summer. Summer you don't have much time. You got about 90 seconds to get it right. If you cook it less than that, it's going to be too soft. It's going to have a hard time staying in the paper, you know, when it's outside at 92, 93, 95 degrees. If you cook it too long, when they bring it inside in the air conditioning, it's going to be brittle. So there is a very small window to get it right. Usually in the spring and the fall and in the wintertime, you have a little bit more leeway. Easier back before they had air conditioning. Everybody's place was the same temperature. Even if you brought it inside, it was still, in the summertime, it was still hot inside. And, you know, if you had a fan, you were lucky. That's all you had. No, I just cook the base candy and work it one piece at a time from there on.
So how many sticks will this batch make?
This might make 75 sticks, maybe. Hi, how's it going?
When I was a child, we used to pay a nickel.
Yeah, that's true. We sold it for a nickel for a long time.
What flavors do you have nowadays?
Strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate?
Give me 4 strawberries and 4 chocolates.
When Katrina hit, you had all these people who left, who got exiled, you know, in all kind of different places. They started hunting online for different New Orleans items because they were getting homesick and they couldn't get what they needed. And so it boosted the internet business in New Orleans unbelievable. And it's just been climbing ever since. You know, I mean, if you live in Hoboken and you can't get red beans, what do? You order from somebody in New Orleans. That's what you do. But yeah, this wagon's 100 years old. They can't move me out.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
Doing great.
I want to do one of each. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you have a happy new year.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to us if you like this video here on YouTube and ring the bell for notifications. And of course, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can try the candy we make at www.pd.net.